what was your guys' recruiting process like before you chose Iowa Central?
For me, being from Iowa, I wanted to get out of Iowa. So I wanted to go down to like the Kansas City area, visit a couple schools down there. Didn't really like the schools. And um Jordan reached out and I originally didn't want to come to Iowa Central because my sister was there and I didn't want to like follow her. But once I came on my visit, I kind of knew I was set on going there. So it ended up being for the better, and I enjoyed my time there. So,
For me, mine was a super last minute decision because I did, like committed like 2 weeks before I needed to go. But the process was super easy, and Jordan had knew who I was from high school, so I reached out to him to see if they were still like taking people on the soccer team, and they said there was like one spot left, and he made everything really easy. The visit was good, so it was an easy process, and I went on the visit, and I was pretty sure I wanted to go there, so it
Mm.
wasn't hard. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I probably had the most difficult one. I totally was like, I'm never going to an NAI school. Absolutely not. Division 2 only, or and not NAI JUCO, like swore up JUCO. And then it got to about March, and I still hadn't committed. And I was going through my old emails of coaches that had emailed me, and I saw Jordan. I was like, okay, I'll just try it, like just to see. And I went on my visit, and I was like, yeah, I'm going here. It's the smartest decision. So,
Yeah, I had a similar. I was kind of the same way of like I don't want to go JUCO. And then
yeah.
I was like, well, I don't know. I
Yeah.
like
Well, yeah. So I'm from Minnesota originally. So I feel like that was my biggest thing is we don't have JUCOs up there. So I was like, all I knew about JUCO was like, oh, that's where people go if they have bad grades. And obviously that's not true, but that's like the only thing I knew. So yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What were your expectations for junior college soccer before you arrived on campus, and how did those change after playing here?
For me, I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I just knew it was not a, Division 1, 2, 3 or NAIA. Like I kind of had an expectation that it was going to be like that it wasn't going to be very like put together, or like I thought it was going to be maybe more laid back than it was, which it was in a good way. When I came and like saw what it was like, it was a good like it changed my expectation of it, obviously, but in a good way.
yeah, that's kind of what I knew it was like. I mean, obviously, like it's a team college sport, but I kind of thought the same thing that it was going to be like chill and relaxed. And then like when I came on my visit, there was a lot of international players on the team at the time, and like that really stood out to me because that's cool. Like you always want to meet people like that. And yeah.
Um, I thought it was going to be a walk in the park. Um, it wasn't, but I thought it was going to be easy. And I really like how when I got there, I was actually challenged, and the people I was playing with were good players. And I got to grow as a player while I was there.
Yeah, I had kind of similar expectations. I didn't expect it to be like as competitive, and I was definitely shocked when I first started playing here. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be, and it was like a very like reality kind of like shaking experience for me, and it definitely took me a while to adapt to this level.
I have to agree with that too. Same. All right. Using one word, how would you describe the culture at Iowa Central Women's Soccer Program?
I'd say it
I
was,
think
oh, sorry.
okay. I think for me, like something I miss, like that I don't really have here at this school, is just like the community of it. Like I just miss how like I felt like we were very united as a team, at least for the most part, as much as you can be. And like just a big community in it, I guess.
Yeah, I have to second that. It was definitely like I feel like family. Like I felt like the girls that I was there with are the people that I could trust with my life for the rest of my life. Like,
Yeah. I think for me, I would say like since being done like at Iowa Central, I would say for me it was grateful. Like I'm grateful to have the experience that I had at Iowa Central. It was very positive and like at the end of the day, I'm just really glad I chose to go to Iowa Central because I wouldn't have met my good friends.
I would have to agree. I think that there was like, for us personally, it was like difficult to like get into the groove of like all new people. Because like high school, you go back and you usually know majority of people. So I think that was something different. But like as the year went on, it was like it was nice to know that you could go to people on the team and like even if you're having an issue you don't know who to talk to, there's always somebody on the team you can go to. Um, what did you like to do outside of soccer at?
For me
sushi.
personally, like I I had like a lot of friends that I just, go hang out with friends and or even the soccer girls and stuff. Just hang out with people though. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'd say that for me too. Me and Marissa were also part of student government and um we really enjoyed it. Like we got some volunteer experience. Um I got lucky to be like student body president and I spoke at graduation and some of those memories, like we got to go to Disney from it. We yeah, we were like I don't know, we were big into it and we made it a priority along with soccer. And I don't know, I think that that experience kind of grew us to be better people in the world too.
I don't know if I could speak for Abby on this, but I think half the money I made from working in admissions there went to coffee.
Yeah.
We did a lot of coffee runs, a lot.
Yeah. That's fair. That's good. Coffee and sushi.
hmm
All right. What is your favorite soccer related memory from Iowa Central?
I think for me, like something I miss the most is just like our bus rides and like locker room time, like the music and all that. I just miss that a lot. So that's probably one of like my favorite things.
For me, I think was definitely my sophomore year when we beat Indiana Hills. The year before that when we were freshmen. I don't know, the game and the whole story behind it. It's a crazy story. Like our game ended up getting canceled freshman year and then it got pushed to the next day. None of us had any clothes or anything, just staying. It was a shit show, let's just say that. And then we ended up losing that game. So coming back our sophomore year and beating them, um, me, Marissa, and Abby Hersom, like we were crying after the game. Like we didn't win any championship or anything, but like I don't know, like it was just that accomplishment that like we did and we did it together. So it was really nice.
Oh, there's so many memories that I can't even think. Um, One thing that always stands out to me was our freshman year, our first game ever. Abby scored the first goal. And I remember just being so excited. But yeah, probably another one like scoring my first goal for the team. Like I was like, oh, finally, like I put something towards the team, which was really fun.
All right. What is your guys' favorite non-soccer memory at Iowa Central?
For me, I think like I guess there's two things that I think of. One is just like we a lot of times like out outside of the dorms, like we would all go play spike ball and just like hang out outside.
Mhm.
I loved doing that. That was so much fun. And also, like one day there was a rainy day, and a bunch of us went out and were like mudsliding in the like puddles, and it was a lot. It was fun though. But those between those two.
I don't know.
I'd say for me, I don't know specifically. I don't know. I think for me it was probably speaking at graduation because it was such a cool opportunity that like not a lot of people get to do. And I was scared shitless beforehand because I hate talking in front of a big crowd like that, not to mention like you have to do it for two ceremonies, but I don't know, it was a really cool experience that I never thought I would get to do. And then yeah, went to them.
I think we had a snow day and we all just sat in like everyone came over to our dorm into our apartment and we played games for like hours. And I
Mm,
think we busted out Just Dance too, and we just had so much fun.
mm. The karaoke. Holly's karaoke.
The song quiz. We played that one for hours.
How was your recruiting process to your current four-year school?
For me, I think it went pretty smooth. Jordan helped me out a lot with it. I feel like he kind of did most of the stuff for me, which was super helpful. Like I couldn't have done it without him. And to be honest, I wasn't even sure I was going to continue playing, but he encouraged me to like make film and put it out there. And then it obviously worked out well. And he really he helped out a lot, and it was a smooth process. So it was easy.
I think Jordan helped me out with mine too. Mine was not as smooth. I knew I didn't really want to stay in Iowa, but I didn't really want to go that like I still wanted to stay in the Midwest. Um, but I was still trying to strive toward like that Kansas City area because I've always loved that area. And I ended up here. It's a little bit further from Kansas City, but my recruiting process was stressful. It's not easy. Let me tell you, it's not. It's hard, especially when like so many coaches like want to reach out to you and want to get you to play, want to get you to come on a visit, and you only have so much time to pick a school, pick a coach you like, pick wherever you want to go. And obviously the money is a huge part of it too. Like I don't know. And it's like the next 2 years of your life. So it can be stressful, but um for me it worked out in the end.
Yeah, stressful was definitely my biggest thing. I think every coach contacted me kind of overwhelmed me a ton. And so at one point, I just completely stopped responding to all coaches. So Jordan
Good.
texted me one day and was like, come into my office. And I was like, oh, what happened? He sat me down and went through every single one of my emails and made me respond to every single coach. Uh, but a big thing for me for why I chose the school I'm at, well, actually, I tried telling Jordan I was only going back to Minnesota. I wasn't going anywhere else. And now I'm butt crack nowhere of Missouri, but good school. I knew I wanted to live off campus, and this school allowed me for that. And it has I'm an education major, so actually, it's an education school. So that's how I ended up here. So, yeah.
How has your experience been at your new school?
For me, so obviously, so this is it. I'm go to Western Illinois University. It's a D1 school. I had a lot, I guess, higher expectations for it. I think it is like a like not your typical D1 school, but like comparing to like Iowa Central to here, like Iowa Central seemed more, structured, more put together. Like, preseason was harder. Like to be honest, it was like a step in a sense a step down, but the expectations were higher. So they expected you to come in already fit first season. So we didn't really have like a preseason a whole lot. Just a couple fitness tests. But we did have an interesting season. Like our coach ended up getting fired, so there was that whole situation. But overall, it's been a good like experience, but it's been very different from Iowa Central, and some things I do definitely miss, and there are benefits about here as well, though. It goes both ways, I guess.
I think for me, kind of like Landry said, like it is different. Like I go to an I school down here in Kansas, kind of an hour away from Wichita. Um, I thought this town was small, but it is not small. Like it's quite a big town. And I definitely enjoy that part. I like being, um, I don't know, I like being where everything is. But schooling wise, the classes are a lot harder than JUCO. Like your 4 years, you're gonna be into your majors. Like I'm majoring in exercise science, so um I don't know, my classes are a lot more difficult and um professors aren't gonna be as nice with you as they were. Like they'd still let you make up stuff if you're away for games or whatever than that, but like they're still um they're still going to expect a lot from you because our school is majority of athletes. And soccer wise, I feel like I have a lot more commitment here than I did at Iowa Central. Um, 2 to 3 things probably per day with it. So whether it's like agility, team meeting, weights, um, individual sessions, like whatever it is. Um, like it's a lot. It's a lot more if that's what you're looking for.
I have to go with more kind of with Landry on this one. On I was expecting to come and it be way harder. Um, I think specifically for for my degree, I knew it wasn't going to be much harder because it is elementary education. But for soccer, I thought I was going to be like, oh, there's going to be so much more competition and stuff like that, which it is. But at the same time, I feel like Iowa Central brings in such talented girls that is so competitive that here wasn't that much of a difference for me. Um, but yeah, that is what, yeah.
How would you describe your time at Iowa Central?
I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely in the moment, I think I wasn't as like I didn't have the same mindset I do now, I guess. Like I miss it and I realize like all the good that was there. So like looking back on it, I think I wish I would have just, like slowed down and like enjoyed it more instead of like wanting to get on to the next thing. Um, because there definitely is a lot of good that I miss, and so like it was overall a really good experience. And I'm glad I went there.
Yeah. I had a good experience. I enjoyed my time. Um, I met my best friend there that I wouldn't trade for the world, and me and Marissa have stayed in contact ever since. And I don't know, it was just hard. It was hard living with someone for 2 years and leaving them and being 5 hours apart. That's hard. So don't take it for granted.
Yeah. It is definitely hard living with your best friend for 2 years and having to leave them and be 5 hours apart for sure.
Don't cry.
I I definitely miss Iowa Central a ton. Like I said earlier, it just felt like family there. Not even just on the soccer team, but the people I had in my classes, the people I saw at the calf every day. Like, yeah, but I loved it there.
Oh. Um, what advice would you give current or future Tritons?
I'd say that you should definitely go there. It's it, it of course It's gonna be a good experience. And you'll grow in so many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely not just a place you go to grow at your soccer skills, it's a place you go to grow as a person. Not just Jordan, like a phenomenal coach, phenomenal person to help you as a person, but the professors there and the staff there are just amazing people.
Yeah. I would say probably don't look at Iowa Central as like a stepping stone, but like as a place where you want to be. Like good things happen there, good things happen to people who work well there. Like if you're a good student, if you're a good player, like you're gonna enjoy your time. You're gonna strive to be a better person and a better soccer player.
Yeah, I agree. Like anytime that we have a meeting with like a recruit or like somebody comes on a visit, I feel like one thing I learned was that I don't know, there's nothing to like lose by going to like Iowa Central, really, especially just like viewing it as a place to, grow. Like also for me personally, I didn't know if I was gonna play soccer. Like so this was really good like helping decide that too. But yeah, I always say that there's like nothing to lose from coming here, just everything to gain. So.
So,
Apparently, okay, so now we're supposed to say what our goals are for the next season.
I'm gonna say one.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
My main goal for next season, for me personally, is to go to nationals. I think us falling short this year was really just hurt my soul a little bit, but I definitely thought because we were on a roll, and I think not only like going to nationals, like not being able to go hurt, but also the fact that like the way our season ended, just like it didn't end the way like showing how we've been playing all season. But yeah, I think that's my main goal is to like go to nationals and be able to experience that with the team. So.
Mine is to win all of our conference games because
We almost did. But
yeah.
We tied one.
I think winning all of our conference games is always like a big thing, but those are like your last games to get you to nationals. So I think that's kind of like the first step. And I think if we win all those games, then we'll have confidence to play really hard at nationals if we make it.
I think for me, one of my main goals is to see how much I can help other players grow both on and off the field to get them comfortable with their playing styles and the playing style of the team, and to just see how much we can grow individually or just as a whole, because that's the first step that needs to happen in order to win all these games.
I agree. I think that also goes. I had another goal written down, which was like, and this was kind of already touched on, but like to create a more family dynamic within the team. I think that it got a lot better towards the end of the year. I just think like it's very awkward in the beginning to like go out of your way.
Yep. Yep.
Be like, hey, do you guys want to hang out? It's okay if you don't want to. I'm just gonna ask anyways. But just like that stuff. So like maybe doing little things earlier in the season just to get everybody closer and create that dynamic within the team.
Yeah, I would just show up at people's dorms.
Yep. Yep. We would like make what we would make like cupcakes or food and be like, you want food? Nobody's gonna say no. Everybody likes whatever you bring them. And then it would just be a chat from, yeah. Or what do we do? We do like movie nights.
Movie nights.
Yeah, we did movie
Just
night.
a lot of food. A lot of food.
Olympics? Was it the Olympics or
no? Every 4 years, no.
oh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about though. We did watch something.
We just watched USA play.
Oh yeah, we were watching
Yeah.
USA play and we got like DoorDash and we got Starbucks, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody got
And they
Starbucks.
messed up Charlie's order.
Yeah, they messed up Charlie's order.
Twice. Double overtime.
That was
yeah.
Okay. Now what?
I don't know what to do now, so
I think that's it. I don't know. I
Do you
don't
guys
see.
do you guys have any like personal questions for us that like you guys want to ask? Like I know you guys don't really know me and
Yeah.
like, Bree and Marissa. Like you guys can ask us anything. Like we'll answer whatever. Like even if it's not soccer related, if it's afterward.
I have one soccer. Do you guys like still like love soccer and like even though you're at another level and you had to make a whole like you had to meet a whole bunch of new people and everything, like do you still like love the game and stuff, or did it kind of die down now that people are getting older and stuff and you're starting to
That's a
get to
really
the
deep
end?
question. Oh my goodness.
I
I'd have to say yes. Definitely I still love, love, love the sport. With my shoulder injury, I got injured first game, 3 minutes into our first game. And
Oh
my
wow.
coach was like, do you want a red shirt or do you want to play? And I was like, I love this sport way too much. Like, I need to play. Like, sitting out a season was not an option for me. Like, I was like, no, like, if I can play through this, I'm playing through this. And I think that really showed me how much I do still love the sport. And like, I was like, I, in this moment in my life, I cannot live without it. Like, I need to play. And I also think that was a big thing transferring to a new school that kept me
You want to say hi?
like going.
This is my roommate, Malia.
Hi.
Hello.
She froze gummy bears with Sprite in them.
We did that. Failed. So
Ours
hopefully your
went very
guys' was
good.
better than ours.
You don't like them?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
It's like the Sprite lost its carbonation. Like
Yeah.
it just tastes like
Oh.
gummy bear.
I was nervous to walk in because I was like, I can't say that.
Yeah, probably not.
Have fun.
Well, oh, like yeah. Uh, So for me, I feel like initially coming in here, like I really enjoyed soccer. Like, um, I think at the beginning it was stressful because, like for here, we have two teams, so there's 40 girls, and you're just, yeah, you're trying to fight for your spot, and you're also like being a transfer, like you don't know where you fit in, what girls you're with, like it's just a difficult dynamic. So like for me, I became friends with another transfer at the time. She came from um KCK, so Kansas City, Kansas Community College. And since we had like the same transfer background, like I don't know, I'm still friends with her today. And I really am, we kind of just took the experience on together. And that was definitely a nice and easier transition. Um, but like for me, our season kind of ended, kind of like your guys's. Like we finished, like we were second in conference, like coming out of regular season, and then we went into tournament and lost to the seventh seeded team. Like, and it was one of those very chaotic games. Shouldn't have lost. We ended up losing, and I think that game for me, like in the couple games before that, like I was struggling with like the amount of playing time I was getting. So it kind of like it took a toll mentally. Like it's hard not to, but I still try to keep positive, and the last game probably hurt the worst, just by the way it ended. And I felt like I had so much more to give that I never got a chance to. Um, but now I think um like took some time off after season, but like now coming into the spring, like playing futsal, like I'm starting to love it again. Like I'm getting my confidence back. And yeah, like I'm actually enjoying it now versus like
I would say
yeah.
I'd say for me is kind of similar to Abby, but also kind of different. We definitely had like for one, like injuries are hard because I also came into the season injured, and that just took like mentally, like I wanted to play, and I was trying to play, and I wasn't where I wanted to be because of the injuries, the basically my entire season. So it was really hard on me because I just wasn't where I wanted to be, and I wasn't able to play the way I play. So mentally, it was really hard, and we also had a really rough season. So it was hard on me mentally, and it definitely took a toll on me, like how I feel about the sport. But I think now coming into the spring, and now we have a new coach, there's definitely some more hope, and like I'm enjoying just playing in off season, it kind of being more relaxed, and we're just getting to play. And I just realized that I do like the sport, especially when it's not like mentally hard. Um, so I think you will like. There's gonna be ups and there's gonna be downs, but I think it kind of just depends on the team you're at, and it does help to be on a team that wins. It does, because when you're on a losing team, it's definitely harder on you mentally, and that's been something I've had to learn because we didn't have a good season. So that's been something that I had to learn.
Yeah.
You kind of have to like cling to your teammates and your friends and find the good in that area instead of winning. And yeah.
I think also before coming here, me personally, it's not like I moved on, but like high school, high school, we okay, so blah, blah, blah. Basically in the beginning of the year here, we played teams that were harder, right? As you do. Like, and so when we lose to those teams, I kind of would just get very mad and just like unmotivated. I would always think like, and I would know that they were better, so like I like in my head I was like, okay, I shouldn't be upset about this, and like I should just kind of move on from it. But like I would always be upset because like in high school, like I was on a team that was, I would consider, really good. I had a really amazing high school experience with soccer, and then I came here and we started playing harder teams, and I just was like, I felt like my level, I was like, maybe I'm just not as good now, I guess. But I don't know, I think that was just like a shock for me, like understanding the difference between like high school and college, like soccer level. Like I expected a raise, but I just didn't expect it to like take that toll on me. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the beginning was the hardest.
Yeah.
It was like you had like 3 weeks of preseason, working your ass every day for, 2 practices for 2 hours. And then you go against these teams expecting to be, winning all the time. And then it was hard. It hit us, pretty hard. But like I feel like during conference we had things figured out. And then it's like that's when like the true passion of soccer came out, because it's like, oh well, like we're actually having fun,
Yeah,
we're having fun as a team.
I agree. I do think that is what like also made it hard to like be a like family in the beginning, especially because like after I lose a game, I'm not like really I'm not like excited. I'm kind of just sitting in my own little space like, oh, what could I have done differently? But especially when we got into conference, I think we did a lot better. But